Hello, my name is Michael, and today I'm going to show you how to splice a string. There's times where you'll have a bass string that'll pop, and more often than not, you'll be in a way to where you would like to save the string as opposed to ordering a new string, particularly if you're dealing with an old piano that has dead bass strings, and by introducing a brand new string, you notice the difference of how different that new string sounds to the old strings. So if you're in a way to where you can repair the existing string, that's what we like to do. So today I'm going to show you how to do a string splice. Okay, now apparently these aren't bass strings right here, but I'm going to have this longer string here represent a bass string. And typically it all depends on where the string breaks. If the bass string breaks close to where the tuning pin is, that gives you enough meat left on the string to do the splice. You know, you may have to cut it down a little bit, just a hair, before doing the repair. Okay, so initially what you're going to do is take needle nose pliers, and you're going to get what we ultimately will refer to as the tail sticking out, I don't know, like a 1/4 of an inch or so. And what you're going to do is make a P. That tail will be the bottom part of that P. Okay. Now, one of the things that you have to bear in mind is you don't want to have a space between the tail. Let's see if we can get you to see this better. Okay. The tail here and this part of the string here, you don't want there to be a space in between. Okay, so you want to make sure that that's closed, like so. Okay, so now that you have your P, the letter P here, okay, you're going to do the same thing with your splice. Okay, same process, getting a loop with the tail. Now, the trick here is where you have on this P, we have the tail going in front of the horizontal part of the string. Okay, so on your repair piece, you want it going behind. Okay, so you have this going in front. The repair piece, you want it running behind. If I can get that so you can see it. Of course, nothing cooperates the way you want. Okay, so let's get that going. And again, you want to make sure that there's no space between the tail and the horizontal part of the string. Okay, so now that we have that pretty much in place, now you have two letter P's, this representing your bass string, you know, the longer string, and this being your repair. See if we can get that lined up. Your repaired string. Okay, and they both have the tails, you know, going down below the horizontal piece. Okay, but one is going in front of, and the other one is going behind. Now, you take the one. If you were having them lined up to where they're both looking like the letter P, you flip one, flip the bottom one here, so now it's looking like this, and then you turn it upside down, so it's looking like this. Now initially what you're going to be seeing or doing is making a knot. And you achieve this. Now you might not be able to do this with the actual bass string, you know, because I have, you know, two short pieces here, you know, where an actual bass string is going to be much longer. So you're dealing with different sizes. And it's also important to know that you have to have the right gauge string to splice whatever size bass string you're working with. Okay, so you're lining it up to where those tails, that whole line there, can touch with one another. And basically, you're going to feed each string through the loop, so those two sides will touch. Okay, so I can feed this through this side, and this side will go through the other side of the loop. Okay, so when you're done and the two meet up with each other, so when you're done, this is what you're looking at. And when you pull it tight, essentially you have your knot, which will look like this. And that's your string splice. Now when you have this installed in the piano, of course with the tension that's generated inside the piano, pulling this up to pitch, it's going to get very small. And these tails that you see on either end need to be trimmed down. So you'll take your pliers, trim the tails,